Right, so for the next couple of plantings we're not going to be recreating things that were in my late grandmother's garden in the UK because we're travelling to a funeral. I do need things that are going to be tolerant of our absence. So these are going to be quite drought-resistant things. So first upstairs one I don't actually know the full name of. This is something I propagated from cutting from a friend's garden. It is one of the species of Cereus. This is one that has rooted finally. It spent a while not rooting in a bag. Basically, in winter, because you don't want them too wet, I often just water them once when I first put them in the bag, when they've healed over, and then just leave them until it starts warming up again. So I have watered a couple of times since it's been a bit warmer, but it's really not been watered much, so I wasn't entirely sure how much root there would be, but there's a decent amount in there, and that should be enough to settle it in quite well. This hole is more water than I'd usually do for a cactus. It's much wetter going in, because it will have a while before there's water again, so I just want some moisture in there to help it head down and settle in. Because it's going quite wet, we're also not putting cuttings of cactuses or calincos. We're not skipping the calincos altogether because this does seem a relatively pest-resistant one. If it's a bit humid, it can be prone to scale, so I don't want too dense an area around it. So I'm just going to be going with some aloes, and these are all pieces of Aloe cameronia which have roots already and don't have fresh cuts because they had already been disrupted by a mole rat digging through their clump, and so they came away quite easily without any actual injuries, which is ideal because if they are injured and wet, then they are very prone to rotting, but if they are healed, and then they can tolerate an awful lot of water around them, and so this is ideal.